Homeless shelters could become the only option for homeless Iowans in Des Moines. This past Monday, the city of Des Moines passed tighter restrictions on people sleeping outside on public property. A final vote on the ordinance could come August 5th. The goal is to get the growing number of homeless individuals into shelters. But is there enough room? WHO 13's Elias Johnson joins us live with those numbers, as well as a personal story of one man living outside. Elias.
Janae, good evening to you. Last summer, and these are stats that are tracked, 184 individuals were unsheltered. So that meant they spent their nights under bridges. They lived in the woods, or maybe even a place like this, a bench here in downtown Des Moines. The numbers are likely higher this year, which is why the city of Des Moines is taking action. And today we caught up with a man here in Des Moines living in the woods, one of nearly 200 right now, with no intention of moving into a shelter, even if they do have room for him. Tucked along the banks of the Raccoon River,
this hole is opening up in the ground at the bottom of what looks like a pyramid.
Joshua Woodworth is right at home.
I came back to Iowa about 10 years ago, and I've just been kind of stuck along this hill ever since.
He and several neighbors have taken up residence in the woods. A few others look like they've recently left. A new sign posted along the tree line south of Grand Avenue may explain why.
It means some new time frames of some of our ordinances that are going to ask people to go to the shelter rather than continually make camps on our sidewalk, streets, and other places.
It's not about punitive.
This past Monday, the Des Moines City Council passed new rules to an existing ordinance regarding camping on publicly owned property, bridges, or viaducts. People found in violation must vacate the location immediately, have personal items removed within 24 hours, and could be subject to a $50 fine, down from the previous $120 penalty.
So we're trying to make sure that there's a process in place, and we take the time to make sure that we collect people's possessions, that they're made available to them, and that they don't lose what they had if they're willing to go to the shelters and seek services.
This is my shelter, you know, it's earth and, you know, what we have, so I don't need nothing else.
As you can probably tell, Joshua is going to need a lot more convincing.
To me, it's easier. I don't have to afford anybody my time, effort, energy, anything I don't want. It's all about what I want, and I feel that's how you're supposed to live, you know? The whole normal thing just doesn't fit me.
A second major obstacle is where people like Joshua can go when they're told to vacate a campsite. Data collected by Homeward Iowa shows the number of safe haven, transitional housing, emergency shelter, and unsheltered people in Des Moines has climbed from January of 2019 to record numbers in 2024. Joshua represents 147 people who live outside. And right now, most area shelters are at or near capacity.
They better have a spot for us to go, otherwise I'm just going to find the nearest coolest spot I can and be right up here.
After spending some time visiting along the bank, the 35-year-old shared something special that may be the key to get him to reconsider.
I don't know what the better answer is. I just know what works for me.
You have people that are worried about you think, at home or wherever home is?
I'm sure.
What would you like them to know?
I miss them.
Outreach and connection is a part of the new program, trying to connect those people like Joshua to his family. Maybe that could be that next step to getting him off and out of the woods and into a shelter, get his life back on track. So if they wanted to get everybody off the streets right now, the goal, the estimate from these groups, they would need 500 beds in these shelters to be able to do so. Councilman Coleman did say there are 3 construction projects right now. Jopa's got one, Hope Ministries has one, the city of Des Moines also revitalizing an old hotel along Merle Hay. Each one is about 40 beds or so. So the need is still outpacing what we have for supply, Janae. And again, the next reading here in a couple weeks, a little less than 2 weeks for this new ordinance. And I can tell you, Janae, just behind me across the road over at the library, there are some folks bedding down for the night, both on the benches and on the grass, as the problem is still being addressed here in the city of Des Moines. Reporting live, Elias Johnson. Send it back to you.
All right, thanks a lot, Elias, for that story. Yeah, it is such a problem in our community right now, but a lot of people are working to see what they can do to try to address it.
And you think about being out there in all kinds of weather, even when we have severe weather, that sort of thing. It's, again, very problematic.